Good morning, guys. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible, Rashid.
Okay. So, good morning again. This is Rushik from third year CS, and I'm the lead for Competitive Programming Club. So, today we'll start with a brief introduction about competitive programming, and then we'll continue with the basic coding part, which Harsh will take. So most of you guys would have attended the Code Chef event. But again, I'll introduce you to the competitive programming. So what exactly is competitive programming? See, basically there are real life, well-defined problems. So you have to solve them in an efficient manner and specified limits. Like they'll have a time limit or an so you'll have to take care of the efficiency of the questions. Uh, what it will help you guys to increase your logical ability. You will be able to code problems which you had never seen before. So if there are type of questions which you haven't solved before, and there's a totally new logic to it, you'll be able to solve it easily. So why do we need this competitive programming? Most of you would know that Google, Facebook, Microsoft, Amazon, these big tech companies, all of them hire through competitive programming. There's a technical round in which they'll ask high-level competitive programming questions, and they'll check your logic. And one more thing is that there are many different platforms for practicing this, like CodeChef, CodeForces, LeetCode, TopCoder. There are many of them. And so if you guys get a 5-star in CodeChef by end of your third year, it will hugely boost your resume. So what happens generally is that people in our college, placement starts from the 7th semester. So the third years start competitive programming in 5th or 6th semester, and they'll just begin there. So they won't have much time to practice, right? If they start just before 1 or 2 semesters. So this is where you guys will have an edge. If you started just from the first semester or the first year, you'll have 3 years to master it. You'll develop your logical and problem-solving skills at such a high level that you'll easily be able to pass the technical rounds for most of the companies. So what we'll do in this club is there will be events about competitive programming questions. We'll also try to solve as many problems as we can regularly. So the most important thing is solving the questions regularly. And also we'll try to be as active as possible in this group. After solving each round for like CodeChef or CodeForces, we'll discuss it. So everyone will catch up to all of the questions. And also there are many events which are held weekly. Like on CodeForces, there's a CodeForces round. On CodeChef, as you'll know, there's a long challenge in the beginning of the month. Then there's a cook-off, and at the end of the month, there's a lunchtime. So there are many. You'll find many of these competitions, and it will be hugely beneficial for you if you participate in them. So as I told, the most important thing is keep in touch. Discuss each and every problem. So that's what we are going to do in this club. One more thing to differentiate between the basic coding club and this competitive programming club. See, for competitive programming, you need to have a medium average mastery over at least one programming language. So because whatever logic you would think of, you'll need to implement that in coding. And without knowing the basics of a language, it will be very difficult to do that. So if you are totally a beginner in coding, I I insist you that you start with the basic coding club, and as you find proficiency in a particular language, then you join the competitive programming club. So that's all from my side. And now Harsh will continue the basic coding part from yesterday, and in between, I'll ask some of the basic competitive programming questions. So Harsh, you can take on.
Yeah. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, yes, you're audible.
Yeah. So, good morning. I'm Harsh. I'm the basic coding lead. So, firstly, we will start our lecture by preparing with loops. So, I just share the link, the chat box of code, so that you can implement the code side by side along with me. Yeah. Is my screen visible? Hello?
It's visible.
Yeah, yeah. So, basically, what are loops? Loops are just the things we repeat again and again, like brushing our teeth daily, or for example, we play our favorite song and repeat again and again, or for example, we have to count numbers from 1 to 100. So we could not write every single print statement in here, like print 1, print 2, print 3, like that. So basically, we need loops for that. So in Python, we have basically three loops. One is for loop, one is while loop, and one is the while else loop. So we'll start with the while loop. So what does the while loop do? While loop, hmm, while is the keyword here, and there is one condition which is, as you can see in the example here, that we have initialized I equal to 3, and we have given the condition that if I is less than 7, the while loop will print I, and now we are incrementing I by 1. This is the shorthand method of I is equal to I plus 1. You will use it very oftenly. So if we implement this code, now as you can see that the output is 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now as I starting from 3, we have initialized I equal to 3, and then we continued it till 6. Means, for example, first I was less than, means 3 is less than 7, then it printed 3. Then it incremented I by 1, means then I became 4. Then I was 4, and 4 is less than 7. The condition is still true. So it printed I again. And then I become 5 again, and 6 again, and it printed I. And after printing 6, then 6 will become 7. 6 is 6 plus 1. Then this condition is false. So it will come out of the while loop, and thus we print output 3, 4, 5, and 6. And now, for example, let me start with the basic one. For example, if we have to print the numbers from 1 to 100, so initialize one number to we will initialize one number to 1, any variable to 1. So let me initialize I is equal to 1, and then we will, for example, do a while loop in which we will specify a condition that I is less than 101, because you have to print numbers up to 100 and not 99. So we'll specify the condition here like that, and then now I'll print I, and then we will increment I. So as you can see here, using few statements, just like 4 statements, we have printed 100 numbers. So that's what the power of loop is. And also you have studied previously that and an or are the keywords here. So using the and keyword, loop will run when both the conditions are true. Means I should be also less than 6 and j should be also less than 10 for this loop to run. If
Harsh,
yeah,
sorry for the interruption.
yeah, yeah.
That collab notebook is permission. The permission is not given.
Oh, okay, just let me check it. See it now. Is it opening now? Yeah.
Yes, it's accessible.
Yeah. So now in this example, what we are doing is we have initialized I equal to 1 and j is equal to 3. And we have specified the condition that if I is less than 6 and j is less than 10, means both the conditions should be satisfied. So we will print the value of I. We are printing the value of j here. And then we are increasing the value of I by 1 and we are incrementing the value of j by 2. So what what is the output here? Let's see. So as we can see that first I is equal to 1 and j is equal to 3. Then I incremented by 1, then I becomes 2, and j is incremented by 2. So j becomes 5, 3 plus 2, 5. And in still both the conditions are satisfied. So we will come on to I is equal. I will increment again and become 3, and j will also increment by 2 and become 7. And as again the conditions both the conditions are satisfied, so I will become 4 and j will become 9. And now after this statement, the value of I will be 5, means this condition will be true, I is less than 6 will be true. But the condition where j is less than 10, j is less than 10 is not satisfied because j will be 11. So hence we will come out of the loop. And now what if we use here OR keyword instead of AND? In OR keyword, any one of the conditions should be satisfied for the loop to run. So as we can see here, um, we have reached till I is equal to 4 and j is equal to 9. And then we have incremented I by 1 and I is equal to 5. And we this condition j is less than 10 is not satisfied. But still the loop runs because any one condition should be true in OR for the loop to run. So here I is equal to in next iteration, then I will be equal to 6. So these both the conditions will be false and we will come out of the loop. Yeah. So now coming for loop has syntax like for keyword, some conditions, and then a colon and statements. So we pass three parameters in the range function. So firstly, what is the range function? Range function is basically it it takes three parameters. One is start, one is end, and another is increment or increase, or we can say step size, or we can say decrease, depending upon the condition. So what if we print here for I in range 0 to 9? So we have initialized, means we have put the starting condition as I is equal to 0. We are running the loop till I is equal to 9, and the default step size is 1. Default step size will be 1 always. Comment it here. Default step size will be 1 always. So if we run the loop, we will get the values from 0 to 8 as yeah. And now if we increment it by 2, we are passing the step size as 2. So now for I in range 0 to 9, it will print numbers like 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, and so on. Yeah. And now in the next loop, 9 will be I will be 10. And so this condition won't be satisfied. So we will come up out of the loop. And now for what if we don't specify the starting position? Means what if we not specify that I is equal to 0? Then what will happen? So it will by default take I equal to 0. So even if we pass one out of the three parameters, it will be automatically assigned as the end value. And then the default step size will be 1, and the default starting position will be 0, or start will be 0. So as we can see here, these two statements 0, 9, 9, 1, and if we pass only 9, the output will be same. Yeah. So this is another example in which we have declared a string here named animal, which consists of five letters hippo, HIPPO. So what basically does is it picks one character of a string at a time. So basically for I is a variable here, and for I in animal. So what for I in animal means? So for I in animal means that it will pick one character at a time. Means firstly I will be equal to H, then I will be equal to I, then I will be equal to P, then I will be equal to P again, and then at last I will be equal to O. So if we run this loop, we can see that we are getting separate characters here. And now this is something called a list. We will study it later, but just for explaining the for loop, I've uh, picked an example here. So this is for just a brief. This will be the zeroth element of the list. This will be the first element of the list. This will be the second element of the list, and volleyball will be the third element of the list, but total list consists of four elements. But we start indexing from 0 in the list. So for X in sports, what it will do is it will pick one value at a time. For example, first X will be football, then X will be cricket, X will be basketball, and then at last X will be volleyball. So as we can see in the output here, and yeah, this is a combination of for and if else. As you can see here, there are various combinations in the loop. We can we can combine for with the for, or we can nest for and while. We can do various combinations. So now I have declared here if and else statement inside the for loop. So as specified here, range 5 means by default the start will be at 0, and the step will be at 1. So what I have declared here is if I equal to 2, pass. So pass is nothing but a do nothing keyword. Means it does nothing. It does not harm the program, or it doesn't print anything. It's just a pass. So uh, firstly I will be equal to 0, then I will be equal to 1. Then if I equal to 2, we will here come in the if loop, and we will print the statement that pass executed. And or if I is not equal to 2, we will print I. So we will see here, we will get the output 0, 1, and for 2, if I is equal to 2, here I is equal to 2 will be true, and we get the statement that pass executed. And then the other values 3 and 4 till the range. Then
Harsh,
now, yeah,
I'll just ask a quick question to the
yeah, sure, sure,
student.
sure.
Yeah. So just give me the share screen.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, guys. A quick question. So you get the hang for competitive programming. So as is my screen visible? Harsh, is my screen visible?
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay. So, uh, guys, you have 2 minutes to solve this question. Just tell me the logic. Okay, just type the logic in the chat window. solve it as fast as you can. So it is the implementation of the for loop you have just learned. Yes, Siddharth, you're right. But tell me, please write the loops, the starting condition and ending condition. Aryan, you have just used one loop. So how will you print uh, all of the 5 lines? Come on, guys. It's not that hard. Uh, Takshita, I think you're right. So I think it's close. You have not initialized x here. So the value of x wouldn't change. Okay, good guys. You were close. So here's the solution. So there will be 2 loops, as Siddharth mentioned, and we use the second loop for printing horizontally, the 5 4 3 2 1 for in each row. Uh, each row would use the j loop, and the I loop would be used to print vertically. So the number of rows which is 5 here. Uh, that that will be I, and the horizontal range would be J. So Harsh, you can continue.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so is it visible?
Yes, yes, it's visible.
Yeah, okay. So we we are just seeing the pass keyword here. Now we are using a break keyword here in this loop. So what does break do? Break is basically used to come out of the loop at any instance of time. Means whenever the break keyword is used, it automatically comes out of the loop even if the condition is satisfied. It doesn't see any condition or something like that. So for example, here we have initialized I equal to 3. We have put a condition here that if I is less than 8, we'll print I, and if I is equal to 5, means if I is equal to 5, then we will print a statement here telling that break and coming out of the loop. And we are implementing a break keyword here. And then we are incrementing the value of I. So as we can see here, the output will be 3, 4, and then I will be equal to 5. We will first print I, then if I equal to 5, then it will print 5, and then it will print the break statement here because this if condition is true now, and it will come out of the loop, and now the break is executed. Break statement is executed means the loop stops at immediately. Even if the value of I is still 5, 5 is less than 8, this condition is true, but by using the break keyword, it stops there itself. So yeah. So this is another keyword, continue. So what does continue do? Continue will basically pass the statements below it and then put it inside the loop again. Means the statements written below continue keyword won't be executed inside the loop. So for example, I have taken here same example. We are initialize as equal to 3 and the condition is also same. So now we will see the output. And now as you can see, the output will be first we will printing the value of I, then we will print hello here, then we are increasing the value of I, then I will become 4, and then we are printing 4, and then we are printing hello again, and now I is equal to 5. So if I is equal to 5, so it will print the value 5, and then it will come in the if statement that if condition is satisfied, if condition is true, so it will print continue loop, and then we use the continue keyword here. So continue, by using the continue keyword, we can't print hello here. As you can see here, we can see in the output that it is printing continue loop, continue loop, continue loop, and no hello is executed. Hello is not getting printed, and also I the value of I is not incrementing. It passes these two statements and then put it inside the while loop again. And now inside the while loop again, it will print 5. And then it will again come inside this if statement. And then again, it will print continue loop. So this is the use of continue. Yeah. So now there is one special loop here in else while named else while loop here. So we have initialized I equal to 1. We have specified the condition as that I is less than 6. We are printing the value of I. We are incrementing it by 1. And then we write the else statement. So basically in other programming languages, as we can see that if and else is combined, in Python, there is one special loop called as while else loop, which basically informs us that the the while loop is getting ended here and the loop is no longer executing. So for that example, we are printing here the value of I, and then if this condition is not satisfied, means I is less than 6 is not satisfied, it comes in the else part and it prints I is no longer less than 6. So as we can see here in the output, uh, just a minute, let me load it again.
Okay, guys, I'll ask another quick question until Harsh solves the problem.
Yeah.
So here's the second question. You guys have 3 to 4 minutes. Just write the pseudo code. The exact code is not needed. I'll give you a hint. It again uses for loop or and if and else statements. Guys, are you able to solve this? You're correct. For the others, I'll just show the solution. So similarly, we'll keep I in range of 1 to 101 because it will go up to 100, the limit minus 1. Convert I to a string and we'll search uh, if 3 is there in the string or 5 is there in the string, and if both are present, we'll write fizz bus. Else, if only 3 is present, we'll print fizz, and only 5 is present, we'll print bus, else we'll print the number itself. And Takshita, okay, here's a new logic. See, in the question, it's if the digit is present in the number, uh, not divisible by 5 and 3. I think your logic is for if the numbers are divisible by 5 and 3. Yes, Aviral, the same thing. So you'll have to see if the numbers, if the digits 3 and 5 are present. Okay, okay. Harsh, you can continue.
Yeah, yeah. So we have not executed this code, but I'll explain it. So here we will print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we'll come into else statement where it will print that I is no longer less than 6. So now we will come to, I think, the most important part in this session, which is list and functions. So here I have declared a list. List consists of three three strings here. So it is a string list, and we have declared a name here. So this is how we declare basically a list. So in this example, Breaking Bad will be the zeroth element, Brooklyn 99 will be the first element, and Money Heist will be the second element. So series has three elements here. So the length of series or the elements in the series will be three. So this is how we print a series. For x in the name of series, print x, or for x you can take any other variable. So there are many functions in list. We can discuss it all, but we will discuss the main functions here. So one function is here dot append. So basically what dot append does is it adds the element to the last position of the list. For example, here money hash is at second position. Now it will add friends to the third position, and automatically the length of the list will be 4. So yeah, so there is also one more function to check the length of the list, which is len of name of list. So if we print out here len, print len is the keyword here, and len is the function basically, and series is the name of list. And if we execute it, then it will come 4. So basically there are 4 elements in this series. Another function is dot sort method. So what dot sort does is it sorts the list according to alphabetical order in strings, and in ascending order, like for example 1, 2, 3, 4 in integers and floats and other digital formats. So uh, if we sort the list here, it will take. So basically, our first list was Breaking Bad, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Money Heist, and Friends. So it sorted it in alphabetical or dictionary order, and now our list will be Breaking Bad as B. B's B comes first in the dictionary, then Brooklyn 99, then Friends, and then Money Heist as M comes last in the dictionary. So yeah. So here is one another useful function which is dot reverse. We can easily reverse the list using dot reverse. Otherwise, in C or C++, as many of you I think have studied, that we have to use a for loop and then check each element and then reverse it. So Python is sleek in such languages. It uses the predefined functions in the list, and that it automatically reverses the list. So as we can see here, the first list was Breaking Bad, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Friends, and Money Heist, and the now the list becomes the ulta of that, the reverse of that. Yeah. So now this is a new way of displaying a list. We can easily put some conditions like if and else in this. So basically, for example, we are declaring here for x in range ln of series. So what's ln of series? Ln of series is here just 4, as we have declared it here. Print ln of series. We have seen it here. It's just 4. And now we are printing the xth element of the series here. So for example, for x in range 4 means the starting condition will be 0 by default. The step size will be 1 and the end position will be 4. So this is as similar as writing for x in range 0, comma 4. Just instead of 4, we are using len of series here. So we are printing each element of list. So first series of x means series of 0 will be Money Heist, series of 2 will be Friends, series of 3 will be Brooklyn 99, and series of 4 will be Breaking Bad. Now here is another function dot pop which take position of an argument and then removes the element from the list. Means it removes basically the first element of the list. So as we can see here, Money Heist was the zeroth element and Friends was the first element. So this dot pop function will remove the first element from the list. So here as we can see here, now the Friends is gone, which was as the first index. And there are two another useful functions which is return minimum and maximum value of the list. So minimum value means in alphabetical order it will be Brooklyn, Breaking Bad, and maximum of series it will be Money Heist in alphabetical order, and in numbers or integers or floats it will be logical as minimum and maximum. So there is one another function insert in the list where it takes two arguments. One is position and another is the argument or the element. So series, we write the name of series dot insert and then the position at which we have to insert the following element. So for example, our list is, so it inserted hello at the second position. Money Heist was at the zeroth position, Brooklyn 99 was at the first position, and Breaking Bad was at the second position. It pushed Breaking Bad down, and it itself, the string, inserted into the second position. And now, yeah. So list in Python, we can consist a list of the mixture of string as well as the integers. So what if we try to sort this list? Will it be helpful? Means, what will be the order or something? So if we try to sort this list, it gives a type error that greater than and less than operators are not supported between instances of integers and strings. So it won't be able to sort the list of which is the mixed list of strings as well as integers. Yeah. So what if we try to reverse this list? Will it be helpful? Will it proceed? So yeah, so as we can see here, the reverse is happening very efficiently here. As we can see here, -2 was the last element, and now -2 was the first element, and Apple was the first element here in the initial list, and now Apple is the last element. So what if we try to print the minimum maximum of this list? So it won't print and it will say the same error as that of which we try to sort this list, and that is less than or greater than is not supported between the instances of strings and integer. So yeah, so basically this is the concatenation operator here. It is very helpful in Python lists. It is for example, I have here list 1 which consists of 3 elements, hello, hi, hola, and list 2 which consists of 4 elements, bye, welcome, bonjour, thank you. So now I have declared a list 3 here, and I have declared here a concatenation, or we can say a plus operator here, and we are combining these two lists. So we are merging these two list element into the third list here. So now the elements of list 3 will be hello, hi, hola, and bye, welcome, bonjour, thank you, in the similar order as that of list 1 and 2. Um, Also, it depends on the sequence here. What if we declare list 3 is equal to list 2 plus list 1 instead of list 1 plus list 2? It will change the order of the elements here. Bye, welcome, bonjour, thank you will be the at first, and then hello, hi, hola. And now this is a multiplication operator here. It will basically multiply the elements in the list. So basically, list one uh, is consisting of three elements: hello, hi, and hola. And now list four will be repeated. List four will be basically the repetition of list one into three times. So as you can see here, list one is getting repeated three times here. Hello, hi, hola, and hello, hi, hola. Yeah. So this is another format you can say. This is a dictionary. So what basically a dictionary is? Dictionary is a collection of key and value pairs. So what is a key and a value pair? So for example, if we have elements like name or age or address, it basically takes only one value. So it will have, the person will have only one name, only one age, only one date of birth, or something like that. So we can use dictionary there. So for example, here I have declared here a sample dictionary. We are using here a keyword dict, and now we are assigning the key here one and the value here welcome. The key is here two, the value is here two, and then the key is here three, and the value is SIT. Also, key can be an integer or a string, and value can be also an integer and a string. And the key and values are separated by colon, and the key value pairs are separated by a comma, and the dictionary is enclosed in curly brackets as seen here. So we'll print the sample dictionary here, which is one is welcome, two is two, and three is SIT. So it prints welcome to SIT. Now, what if we print here? So yeah, also one more thing, that key should be unique. Key should be unique in a dictionary. It's key. The key shouldn't be repeated. The value should the value can be the same, but key should not be repeated. This is another list called fruit, which is one banana, two mango, three apple, four pineapple, or something. So yeah, so we have declared here a dictionary, which is we have a key here name and a value jack. We have a key here age and a value 26. So these are the various ways to access value using a key in the dictionary. So for example, if we have to print the dictionary of key name, so how do we print that? Or if we have to print, yeah, so basically there are two methods in the dictionary to access the value of that key. Where there is one direct method and there is one dot get method. So basically, if we execute it, yeah. So as we can see here, we are declaring here a key name, age, and we have not declared in the dictionary here address, but we are still passing it to get the difference between what the dot get method is and what the direct method is. So if we execute this code, as you can see here, my dictionary name is Jack, as verified. My dictionary age is 26. And even if we didn't specify the key, key address here, we are getting a none value here. But if we use it, if we get it using the direct method, it will return a key error. So to avoid error, we basically prefer the dot get method while handling dictionary. Now for adding element into dictionary, we have to just pass the name of the dictionary, the key, and equal to the value here. So it will basically update the dictionary. As you can see here, name, age, and address got added here. This is another way of declaring a dictionary, which is x. X is the entity here, colon. This is a condition here, x plus x, which is the value. And this is a loop for x in range 7. So basically what it does is It takes X value from 0 to 7 and it prints out the dictionary. So, for example, the first element will be, let me print. So, first will be 0 and 0, then it will be 1, and then 2 is equal to 1 plus 1. And here the value will be 2 here, and 4 will be 2 plus 2. So, we are declared a key value pair in this manner. Also, we can specify using a dictionary and if condition to declare a dictionary, which is here x is equal to x into x for x in range 8. If x is x modulus 2 equal to 1, means if x is odd, we will add the key value pair here. So as we can see here, the all the keys are here odd and none of the keys even here, as we have added the if condition here. Now this is an empty dictionary. We just have to make the curly braces here. And now this is another way of declaring a dictionary. Yeah, this is pretty obvious here. So as we can see that key value pairs are 0, 0, 1, 1, as we have declared x into x. So 3 into 3 will be 9, 4 into 4 will be 16, and so on. So how to print all the values in the dictionary? For example, we have to print all the values in the dictionary. So to print values of the following keys, we have to declare a for loop here for x in squares. So square is the name of dictionary here. Print squares of I. So name of dictionary and ith element of the dictionary. So for example, the zeroth element will be 1. The first element will be 3. The second element will be 5. And the following values of that key. Yeah. So this is a method in a dictionary that dot from keys which initialize all the keys to same value. For example, I have declared a marked dictionary here and using a dot from key method, I have declared three keys here, which is maths, English, and science. And I am assigning a common value here separated by a comma here. So if we print this dictionary, we will basically initializing all the values to 0. And now these are the two methods to print the keys and values of dictionary. So we will get here dictionary keys, maths, English, science, and dictionary values, which is 0, comma 0, comma 0. As we can see, the maths is 0, English is 0, and science is 0. So now we will update the value in the dictionary here. So, and I have also added a new column, new key value pair, social and 64. So yeah, so this is another useful method in dictionary to copy the dictionary to replicate the dictionary into another dictionary. So basically, it is saying that maths is 89. Yeah. So I declared here a dictionary new mark and we are printing it using, we have first copied all the elements of marks into new marks. So basically now new marks is as same as marks. So if we run this, we will get the same output as that of marks. And now another function is dot clear. So what basically dot clear does is dot clear will erase all the contents of dictionary and the dictionary will be empty. So it will clear all the elements and dictionary will be empty. So as you can see, if we now print new marks, it will be an empty dictionary. Also, another useful example will be example of main functions in the dictionary will be dot pop item. So dot pop item, which it does is it by default pops the last key value pair in the dictionary, or we can pass some parameter in the dictionary in the pop item, something like we can pass a key in the pop item. For example, if we pass here English, then it will pop the following key value pair outside the dictionary. So yeah, so dot pop method is similar. So newmarks dot pop, if we pass a key here, it will pop. Yeah, yeah, I have not made the copy here. So as you can see here, now English The subject, the key value pair of English is gone here. Now there are another two data types in Python named as set and tuple. So tuple is basically immutable form of list. That is, we cannot change the elements in the tuple. We can add or delete elements, but we cannot change the order in the in which the elements is. So for differentiation, I have declared here a sample tuple, and it consists of same element as that of list here in this sample list. And now I'm printing the sample list here, and now I'm printing sample tuple here. So as you can see here, we are printing list here and a tuple here. And now if we try to sort the list, it will get sort efficiently. Like the first previous list was 1458452, and now it will become 1244558 in the sorted order. So what if we try to sort a tuple? The sort the sort won't happen. It will give an attribute error, which is tuple has no object called sort. Means the tuple has no method called sort, so we can't sort it. And basically, it is immutable form. Also, we have a function here which can convert any list into tuple using a tuple keyword, or any string into a tuple also using a tuple keyword. So we just have to declare a list here. Print tuple of list. Tuple is the keyword here. So this was previously a list, and this is now a tuple. As you can see, it is enclosed in parenthesis or round bracket. So it is now a tuple. And what if it was a list? It will be enclosed in square brackets. Now, if we try to convert a string into a tuple, it will basically get one character at a time and convert it into tuple. We are declaring here a string st, which is hello, and t is the tuple here. T is equal to tuple, and then we are printing the value of t. So also tuple is of immutable type. So it will only consist of elements which are immutable. So here we are, which are immutable as well as mutable in the tuple. So we are declaring here a tuple one of mixed data type. One is integer, string, character, and a list. So if we print this tuple, it will get print automatically. And now we are moving on to sets. So what is set? So set is basically the unique value. For example, as you can see in the example, we have declared here two fours, but while printing the sample set here, we will get, we have declared here three fours in the sample set, but while printing the set, we will get a unique element. Means four will be repeated only one time. Four will occur only one time, even if there are three elements, three three instances of the four in the declaration of the sample set. Yeah. So basically, it comes out as this. And now set has also its own methods. The one method is dot add method, which adds the element to the set. So as we can see here, 100 gets successfully added into the set here. And now for removing element of the set, for example, if we want to remove the element 7, we just have to use the dot discard method, and it will get automatically removed from that list. For example, here we are declaring here a sample set, and now using a dot discard method, we have discarded the entry 7 here, and as you can see, the 7 is now gone. Yeah. So adding a list into a set. So we have successfully added a list into a tuple. So can we add a list into a set? This is the question. So if we execute it, it will print a type error output that unhashable type list. So we can't add list into a set because list is of immutable type. List is of mutable type and tuple is of immutable type. So yeah. so it won't get added into a set. So the question here is, what if we try to add string into a set? Will it work? So as we can see here, the string got successfully added into the tuple. So basically, string and tuple, string got successfully added into a set. So basically, here string and tuple are the immutable ones. So we can successfully add them inside the set. But list is of mutable type, means we can change the order of the list anytime using a dot sort or any other method. So basically, we can't add the mutable data types in the set. So as we can see here, we have also added a tuple here successfully. Yeah.
I'll ask another quick question. Put the question in the chat already to check your understanding of the sets, and I'll share my screen as well. Anyone, guys? It's a pretty simple question. So I'll give you a hint. You have to use the add function Harsh just told about us about.
You can also refer the code which I shared.
Takshita, you can't just add those two. You can't use that plus symbol. You'll have to apply logic. And also you have to update set too. You don't have to, you can't use a third set. Anyone, guys? I'll wait for 1 more minute. Uh, Takshita, the logic is you have to use a general logic. You can't put specific numbers. Okay? What if the numbers are more than 100? So you wouldn't be able to use this. And Satyaban, uh, I think this will work, but again, you can't use the third set. So logic is cool, but uh, try to use only two sets. Varsha, what does set 1 I equal to equal, what does set 1 I and set 2 I mean? I don't think that syntax is proper. But your logic, I think, is correct. You're equating each element. Yeah, no, this is correct, Varsha. The last one is correct. So, anyways, I'll show you the solution. So it's basically this is not this does not only work on Python. You can use this logic in any other language. So for each element in set 2, we'll check if that element is present in set 1 or not. And if it's not present, we'll add that to set 1. And another hack I found out, but it's only applicable in Python. So here it is. You use an update function. So the update function can be used to add multiple objects. So if you convert set 2 to a list and add all the elements in set 1, even if they're present in set 1, they won't show. So like this, only 7 and 9 are added. All the other elements which are already present won't be added. Okay, Harsh, you can continue.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, we have another topic here, list iteration. We have declared here a list named X list, example list, and we are printing here a list. Then this, we have already seen that there are various ways of printing a list. And now, what if we do not want to print the entire list? Then we can specify the condition here for I in range 2 comma ln of list x list minus 1, means it will start printing from the second element and it will go to n minus 1 element. Means for example, if here are 5 elements, then it will only print till 4 elements, and we are starting from 2, so it will only print 4 comma 5. Just a minute. So it will only print 4 comma 5. So now what if we want to print just the odd elements, or what if we want to print just the list which consists of odd positions? So we can give a step size of here 2, and now just print the odd numbered elements. So yeah, so now specified an if condition here. Yes, so this is important part in list, which is list slicing, you can say. So this is the original list here, and here I have declared a blank duplicate list or an empty list here, duplicate list, and now we are printing original list here in this format. So we can easily print it using three three conditions here, which is one is beginning, another is end, and the other is step. So we specify here the beginning position, end position, and the step position. So, uh, so if we print this original list here with beginning one, and five, and step two, what will be the output here? We can see that the output will be 4 comma 6. This is same as this, but using slicing we can do it in one line. As you can see here, we used only one line, and in this example we have to use 3 or 4 lines and loops and if statements and all that. So from that, to avoid that hassle, we use this index slicing, which is very useful in Python. So it basically takes 3 arguments. One is beginning, another is end, and the last argument will be the step size. So there is one question: using index slicing, how will you reverse the list? Or else, let me give you one more example here. So if we print here was list, if you want to print elements, for example, if you want to print only the elements from elements 5 and 6, so how can we do that? We can specify here condition 2 colon, then yeah, 2 colon. And what if we do not specify a condition here and a step size here? Then what will be the output? We can see. So as we can see here, the output will be some rubbish value. So yeah. So let me come to my question. So how will you reverse the list here using index slicing? You can answer via chat box. How can you reverse this list using index slicing? It's just a one line answer. Uh, Let me give you a hint here. We the step size matters here. Just focus on step size here. We just have to reverse the list. Print the reverse of list. Okay. So let me answer that. So we will print the list in this manner. Origin list, the name of list, and then we won't specify any starting or end condition, and we'll specify just here -1 index. So as you can see here, the list got reversed. The list was basically 1, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, 48. And now the list got reversed here. So yeah, in this we can also use it in tuple as well. Yeah, Aviran, you are right. So we can use it as in tuple as well. No, in tuple we can't use index slicing. So this is one main what you can say loss in tuple. Yeah, let me come to the functions. So, what are functions basically? So, function is a block of code which runs when it is called. So, basically, there are two functions. One is main function, as you have studied in C, I guess, or C++, plus plus, and another will be user defined function. We are studying here the user defined functions, and this is the syntax to print the function. We write a keyword def here in Python, and a function name, parenthesis, colon, and then the statements inside that. So you can, in inside this parenthesis, you can pass various number of arguments depending upon what you have to answer, or what your function has to do. And yeah, so let me give an example of function here. So this is here a function definition. We have used a keyword def here. We have used this function name is function, and it basically prints the value hello world. So it prints hello world, and now the function is called. So function is called, or this is the main function as it is written just below def keyword. So as you can see here, function is called and it prints the message hello world. Now this is another example of function, which is we have declared a keyword def here, and then we have a name called some function, and we are passing here two arguments a comma b. So we are in function, we are declaring s is equal to a plus b. We are adding those two elements which are passed in the function, and then we are printing the sum of these elements, like sum is s. Now in the main function, this is the main function here. Main function here, we are getting two values here. One is x, which is the integer, which is of integer type. We have declared it before only, and a y value, and we are calling the function here sum func, and we are passing two arguments here x comma y. So what basically it does is it will ask us two values to be entered. So I'll enter first value as 5, I'll enter second value as 3. So now it goes into the function. It calculates s is equal to 5 plus 3, and then it prints sum is 8. So we can also return the value of a function. We can also return a value in function. So in the similar manner, I have declared here x and y. I have declared another variable named sum, or let it be sums. So we have declared a function here, and we are getting two inputs here, first value and second value. And now we are initializing the sum function to a variable sums, which will carry a value s. So now basically what we are writing here is sums will be equal to s, as we are returning s. So now if we execute this code, enter first value 7, second value 3. So now sum will be 10. But we are not calling function here, as you can see here, and we are not printing inside the function here. In this case, we are printing it inside the main function only. So we can return this value and print it inside main also. Now basically we are coming at end of this session, which is recursive functions. So what does recursive functions do? Recursive functions are basically functions which call themselves. Function call inside a function. Now for example, I have declared here a recursive sum, and we have passed a parameter here sum, and now we are inputting a value enter number less than 10, and now we are checking if a is less than 10. We will add the sum into a sum, and we are adding the number a into it, and then we are printing the sum, and we are again calling the function recursion inside the function itself. So as we can see here, this is a function inside a function calling inside a function, which is called as recursive function, or else we will return 0. And inside the main, we are calling here for the first time recursive sum, rec sum, the function name, and we are passing 0. So initially sum will be 0. So now the loop will run till I enter a value less than 10. Till I enter the value less than 10. If I enter the value greater than 10, um, it will automatically get exit out of the function. So for example, I print 5, sum is 5, 7, so 9. So 12 plus 9, sum is 21. So, and again 5. So like that, sum is 26. And now if we enter element greater than 10, for example, I enter 17. So you can see here that we exited out of the loop, out of the function. Yeah. So yeah, that was all from my side today. Rushik, do you have a question?
So one last question for you guys. Just try it at your own time, and you can get back to us. And if you guys have any more questions, we are there for 5 minutes, 5 more minutes. Just try this question and get back. And also the links for the individual clubs for the WhatsApp group will soon be shared. And if you guys want to contact us, we are already there in the DSC WhatsApp group. So that's all. Thank you. And we are still there for 5 more minutes if you guys have any more questions.